these are the products that I'll be using. Okay, so this is my first tutorial, and I'm doing it on my 2-year-old son. I'll be using a spray bottle filled with coconut conditioner, some coconut oil, and water. These are clips that I'm using to help separate his hair to make it easier for me. And I'm using a detangling comb. It makes it easier for me to detangle his hair and for him to not be running away like he's trying to do now. I'm parting with the rat tail comb so that my parts can be as straight as possible, but I don't tend to look for straight parts since he's only 2 years old. He likes to move a lot. He's giving a little fake cry right here that he's gonna stop in just a second. I guess he's just putting on a show for a camera, showing y'all his acting skills. Okay, so coming shortly. Okay, this is the part that I detangled and sectioned off. I'm actually detangling it now, excuse me. Anyways, I'm gonna braid this part down. This is gonna be my first layer of braids. I'm gonna braid it straight back in cornrows, but at the end, I'm gonna twist it instead of braiding it. I'm using my Palmer's olive oil grease to moisturize his hair along. Okay, so I ended up giving him a lollipop so he could, stay still and allow me to record his hair. So this is just gonna be a close-up of me braiding his hair straight back into a cornrow until I get to the nape of his head, or until the braid is connected to his scalp as much as possible. After I finish braiding that, I'm going to take the 3 sections at the end of the braid, put 2 on one side and leave 1 on the other to make 2 strands instead of 3, and I'm going to twist it together to make a 2-strand twist. I'm attempting to show y'all, but my hand is in the way and he's not being as still as I would like him to be. So this is the close-up. Now I'm making, or attempting to, because he keeps moving. Okay, so I'm just 2-strand twisting his hair all the way until the end of his hair. Okay guys, I'm gonna need y'all to bear with me a little bit because this is my first hair tutorial and also my first voiceover. I really wanted to share this hairstyle with y'all because I have 2 little boys and I do hair often. And I didn't want to prolong until I got a camera or a tripod. So I'm doing what I can. I'm starting from my phone. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing I did with the last strand, braiding it all the way to the end and twisting it at the bottom. Okay, so I'm attempting to try to give you all another close-up, hoping that he'll be still and you all will be able to see my 2-strand twist, how I split the 3 strands into 2. Okay guys, now that I finished that first layer of braids in the back, I'm going to make a second layer of braids right on top of that first layer, going in the same direction. Again, I'm going to use my spray bottle filled with water, coconut conditioner, and coconut oil to help me in making his hair soft enough for me to easily comb through without hurting him or taking out his hair unnecessarily. I'm also going to coat that with a layer of Palmer's grease. It's olive oil grease. Now beginning to braid my second row of braids, going straight back in the same direction as I did my first, using the same method. I'm braiding the top and twisting the bottom. Okay, so let me keep it real with y'all a little bit. Now, I tried to do this on my own, but with this 2-year-old boy, I cannot get him to stand still, especially since I don't have a tripod. I had to get someone to stand over me so that I can get a better view of my braids and twists, because I really want to make sure that you all can see. Although I don't have all the necessary equipment to make, I guess, the most professional tutorial, I still wanted to show you all how I did my son's hair, since I do it almost every week. So again, I'm showing you all how I braid the top layer. And then I'm going to show you how I split the ends. When I get to the end of the braid, I have 3 sections. I'm going to take 2 strands and take them to one side, and I'll take the others to the opposite side to turn it into a 2-strand twist, and then I'll begin twisting all the way down until I complete the twist at the end of his hair. And the end results will be a braid with a twist at the end. I like to do the twist at the end because I think it's cute and it gives it a little uniqueness and, you know, just make it look nice. Okay, so now I'm attempting to show you all the same thing again because he is moving a lot, and I want to make sure that if you couldn't catch it in any of the other clips, that maybe you can catch it now. If you did catch it before, then great. You know? So now I'm going to braid it again, and then I'm going to twist the bottom. I have to be patient with him and kind of wait till he's standing still or sitting still and holding his head before I begin braiding. It's a really easy tutorial. I don't braid tight, so I know I'm not hurting him, but I know that I'm trying something new because I'm trying to get him to be as still as possible. When usually while I'm doing his hair, when he moves, I move with him. But for the sake of this video, I'm trying to encourage him to be still as well. Okay, so now I have both of my bottom layers completed, and I'm just going to show you all what I have so far. It's 2 rows going straight backwards of cornrow and twists at the end. So for this next part that's coming up, I am using the same method, except right here I'm parting back just a little piece that's going horizontal. I'm going to part it back, and this is just going to be my signature cornrow twist. It's the same thing. I'll be braiding to his scalp and twisting the bottom. The only difference is, since I began doing this style, I've always had one going to the side, and I call it my little signature braid. You all will see that at the end. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other braids, except I'm going forward this time. I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm going towards his forehead. But it's still the same technique. I'm going to braid at the scalp and twist at the end. I wasn't able to really get a close-up on this part because he decided he wanted to watch Spider-Man, so I just turned him around. And after I finished braiding it to the front, I just used jam that I have to slick his baby hairs. And yes, he has baby hairs, so it's effortless. I just put a little jam up on there and they just lay right on down. Okay, I'm showing you the finished product. This right here is the signature little braid twist I was telling you all about earlier. You don't have to do this, but if you want to, hey, why not? It's a cute hairstyle, and I think it's actually a unisex